Castle.
Reach back and I feel like a tadpole in a big cup.
A tadpole in a big cup?
Yeah, it's like there's nothing. I'm not covering much ground.
What are you talking about?
With the car shape of my vehicle?
The car shape of your vehicle. Inside of your car-shaped vehicle is a car shape. And that means something, I guess. It must mean something.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we've been going for about 30 seconds.
Okay. That's a good opener.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, I was just talking about the fact that I can't reach my back trunk from my driveway.
Back trunk? Do you have a front truck in your car?
No, my back trunk, not a truck. Obviously, that'd be stupid.
Oh, sorry. Your back. Do you have a front trunk?
No, not really.
Okay, so why does the trunk being in the back indicate having a prefix to it?
Like to explain the full the multitude of options that could be a vehicle. We're narrowing them down to like a few options now. There's a trunk in the back.
There is a trunk in the back.
Yeah,
That
it's
makes
not
sense.
a hatch in the back. It's not a frunk. It's a trunk.
A frunk?
It's not a glunk.
You got a glunk in your frunk?
Dude, that's a glove box, dude. That's your glunk. Your trunk in
Close
the
my
front.
glunk, bro.
Your front trunk? Frunk.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Your back trunk?
If you have a Tesla, yeah, it'd be a frunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I was trying to explain. The square footage and the graph of how I'm getting to my trunk.
What did Malcolm say earlier when we were going out to film the video? Fucking Tesla's making, or maybe you
He
said
said
it,
the N-word, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did. He did say the N-word.
Fucking wouldn't stop.
Sorry, buddy.
I love you.
No,
you
he
gotta
said,
really chill with
he
that
said
N-word.
Tesla, they're getting rid of the gear shift.
I said
And
that, yeah.
They're making it like a fucking something in the little iPad in the front.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
They're going to get rid of it. It's just going to learn.
It's just going to learn.
Yeah.
How's it going to do that before it has user data?
Well, for that instance, you tap a little button, and then you click drive, reverse, neutral, park.
Okay, it's a drop-down menu.
It's a drop-down menu. But then oftentimes...
Does it go into the upper left and hit file?
Yeah, you got to...
And hit load on driver options for who's driving?
Yeah, you got to go in the car category, and then which car you're driving, you have to select it, and then you could get there.
Tesla just makes worse and worse decisions every year. Like I remember when I was 16 and I wanted a Tesla because it's like, oh my god, the cool new car that's super light and goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, and then they just made it worse. They made all the car functions happen in an iPad.
You know, once they get rid of the driving part of the car, no, not like it won't move, but like
The steering wheel and stuff.
yeah, then it'll be cool, like to have touchscreens everywhere. That's perfect. Fuck it, I'll watch my porn on the go. I'll be carjacking.
Dude,
Shout out.
Nice Mischief Castle reference.
Oh yeah, let's go. I remember being there for that.
Yo, shout out to the carjacker.
Both
Oh wait,
scenarios.
that's you.
Oh, dude, funny cameo from Carjacker. Anyway, back to Aleksey.
Wait just a damn second.
Make it all full self-driving. You know, the Tesla is still like the most, like, it was like a year or two ago. There was like a poll among women. They're like, what is the most like attractive car for a guy to have? Most women said Tesla.
Really?
Yeah.
They probably saw all that porn of people fucking in the front seat while
Yeah.
it's on the road.
It is.
That made a big wave in the porn scene for a little bit back before I backed off it.
the car sex in the Tesla.
That was a thing.
I didn't see any of that.
While.
That's not my edge of the universe. Why are you
The
laughing?
dark matter stops me before I can reach that far.
No, I have my corner of the galaxy over
Look,
here.
I saw Interstellar, and that's all I need to jack off, okay? Matthew McConaughey crying about his 90-year-old daughter. That's all I need.
No. I liked it before she became 90.
Yeah.
That's up to
Have you ever met somebody who doesn't understand Interstellar?
I don't know what's there not to understand. I don't think I've talked to people about Interstellar too much.
I remember I watched Interstellar with my uncle and my cousins and I think one of my aunts maybe. At one of their places in like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time I'd seen the movie. And it was really good. I liked it. And then afterwards we talked about the the physics implications of like the fifth dimension bullshit that happens in the end.
Seeing time as an actual physical dimension.
Yeah, seeing time
Yeah.
as a physical dimension. And then shortly after that, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson went on Joe Rogan and then like validated how all that stuff works in a sort of monologue. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was explained to me in a way that makes sense. That's what I kind of already thought about it. And then shortly after, like maybe less than a year later, I talked to my mom about it, or maybe my stepdad, and he brought up my mom watching it with him and said like, yeah, she just didn't get the end at all. It just seemed like fantasy bullshit. She said, and she just couldn't conceptualize like higher dimensions existing in a perceivable way.
Like, I mean, it was kind of fantasy bullshit, by the way. Like,
No,
how he got into it. Like, he went into a black hole. It's like, okay,
yeah.
No, sorry.
No, that part is absolutely fine about saying like the kind of movie magic aspect of what it took to get in there. That part's fine, but she didn't have a problem with like, oh, the black hole wouldn't do that. Like, she had a problem with why is he floating around in a bunch of bookcases in the past? Like, that's what my mom didn't understand.
Like, books? What, dude?
Yeah, I know.
I haven't seen a single book in space before. Point me to a picture.
Why would there be a bookshelf in the center of a black hole? Answer me that, Mr. McConaughey, Nolan.
This kind of sounds like some of your gay D&D stuff you do, Cameron. Books? No from me, says Mrs. Mother.
Mrs. Your mom. Your mom.
Oh, man. I feel like I've heard of people being like, yeah, I don't get it, and I just never engaged with them to understand why. I'm like, oh, that's why I'm not talking to you.
I don't know. I try to have that, like that
like
happened.
all my friends I feel like got it.
Yeah, that happened.
They all nailed it.
That conversation happened like at the dinner table in my house. So it's like not something I could really escape. So I try to engage with it and be like, why, what don't you get about this? And then we just hit two different brick walls. Like the middle ground is like we're both on opposite sides of two different brick walls with like 100 meters between it to get to the middle ground.
Well, yeah.
You ever just had that kind of misunderstanding with somebody where it's just like, you exist in a whole different world than me right now? That's happened to me quite a lot.
Happens to me every day.
Give me some examples of the kind of everyday.
I don't know. I wake up, cum all over. I'm like, that doesn't happen often.
I feel like
it's not even my cum.
Am I living in somebody else's reality? Why is there cum on me?
I wake up in someone's house. I'm like, fuck, dude. Everyone's dead in this house. I gotta go.
And then the investigators are knocking on the door and be like, I don't know what to say right now.
Yeah, and I just feel like I can't relate to the cops right now.
Like, maybe if I like had some pre-context, I could understand what the cops are feeling emotionally.
Like, I don't know, officer. I don't know why I have bomb residue on my hands.
What the fuck is up with that? What the hell is bomb residue?
I guess when you make bombs.
What is that? Is it
like
no? Because here's my issue with that statement.
Yeah.
When you make a bomb,
it
is made out of like conductors and conductive explosive materials, packaging, and other materials that keep it stable. And those are two different types of materials. But chemically, those things that make a bomb don't mix together to create a new chemical called bomb, which can then liquefy and then be placed on the outside.
I think they're just looking at like just those residues. That's all.
Yeah, but like anything that can be combustible is not like, you can like mouthwash on fire. Like that's not bomb residue.
I guess
it's mouthwash.
I wonder if they could. I don't think anyone's been caught on bomb residue ever. Like,
yeah, I wonder how many TSA arrests have happened on bomb residue.
Maybe
charges.
there's some explosives that are like more distinct. I don't know. I know, like, there's the gunpowder fucking, like, when you shoot a gun, there's gun residue on you.
Yes.
It just will happen.
But that's, like, even in that example, okay, gunpowder residue, you can shorten to gun residue because the specific type of explosion comes from a hand cannon. A gun, a firearm.
Yeah. And that kind of goes all over tiny.
You can't just have a bomb go off in front of you and catch some of it on your hands and then go to the fucking airport and have the TSA be like, have you seen any explosions lately?
Dude.
Like, you'd have no hands. You'd have no face.
No.
You'd have no stomach. Like,
well, with the gun thing, they could just tell like where it is on your clothes and on your skin. They're like, all right, you're the shooter.
Yeah, sure.
That's about it.
But
But for bomb, I don't know.
the explosive part of a gun goes out a
Yeah.
rifled piece of metal that points all of the most dangerous parts away from you and into a specific direction that you're facing or pointing at, I guess, with a device. And then the residue parts are kind of just all the excess that gets splattered out in every other direction from the explosion.
Yeah.
A bomb doesn't work that way. You don't shoot a bomb out of a gun away from you.
Well, that's
I'm saying, like, if a bomb goes off in front of you, like if you...
well, that's the part you're not going to have residue from. It's from making the bomb. Because you'd be dead, actually.
Yeah, so I'm saying, how do you have bomb residue on you if you're making it? Because it doesn't make a new chemical reaction.
No. I think they're just looking for the combination of certain
But then
chemicals.
you just have to refer to it as the specific elements or chemicals that
Or
it makes up, like
maybe there's-
sulfides and shit.
fucking, like, maybe you're, like, just covered with, like, a fine film of, like, ammonium nitrate. And they're like, that's wild.
possible.
Yeah,
No, that's entirely possible.
that's bomb residue.
But you'd have to call it... You'd still have to call it, like, ammonium nitrate.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
that is not a specific material that is just made when bombs are made. The same way
Yeah.
a fucking gunpowder reaction is
But
made the same
yeah,
way.
but like you've heard bomb residue on
Yeah,
things.
I've heard
I think
it,
it's
like-
just colloquial.
I've
I
heard
don't
it in
think
comedy specials. Like Hannibal Buress said
Yeah.
it in a comedy special. And I'm going off of that because it's not something I've ever had to deal with. I worked at the airport for
Yeah.
like a year, and that's not anything I've ever had to deal with going through TSA
There's
or
a-
talking to any of those guys.
I don't think they check it there. I think they check it.
Well, anytime they
Yeah.
have to pull somebody, they do a full body pat down and then a hand and whatever they're carrying, like the carry on,
Yeah.
they swab it down. Hands, face, chest, and their carry on.
Because I saw like there was like a lab that and like fucking is it like Seattle I think or something. There's a lab, I saw a documentary on it where they literally just study like where the residues would land on a person. All they do is study airflow for the FBI. And they test guns where the gunpowder would land after the gun goes off, where bomb residue would float up when you're mixing things, when you're mixing drugs, especially like fucking meth, if you're making it at home, where that would land and how it would look like. Like they do those types of studies.
That's why Walt and
And then
Jesse
I
wore radioactive suits. Yeah.
Yeah, they wore anti-bomb residue suits.
Yeah, reverse bomb suits.
Yeah, they unbomb. What's the opposite of explode? Just plode? They
No, it's implode.
Oh. That's like the neutral middle ground, just ploding up.
I feel like that's just existence.
I'm about to plode up any second.
So if explode, no, take it like this. Like if exploding is something's in a set area,
Yeah.
and then something happens and it goes out everywhere in every direction. That's
Yeah.
exploding. And then something is in a set area, and then it just goes in infinitely
As
until it's gone. That's imploding.
Yeah.
So ploding would just be.
Yeah. Me and you are just a couple of ploders.
Yeah,
in
we're
a
just
car.
walking around ploding right now.
Dude,
Yo, hashtag plode life.
I'm fucking ploding every day.
Every day I'm ploding.
Don't make me try one of the other options. I'm scared to try. Are you scared to try any of the other options of ploding?
I think about exploding a lot, actually. I don't.
Damn,
no, I didn't
you trying out for Hamas or something?
Yo, what? Hezbollah needs me? Okay, I'll be Hezbollah's top guy.
Dude, I can see it.
No, I told somebody this. I think it was my mom or somebody in my family once. I was having some like emotional problems a few years ago, and I was thinking like
Oh, okay.
when I'm just hanging out or like I'm in a place I don't really want to be anymore, and I can't really like socially just get out. I think about like becoming an explosion, like not my actual physical body exploding and me die,
You start scouting malls and stuff.
but like but like me, the idea of me just pushes like a shockwave out, and it kind of levels everything,
Okay.
and I'm kind of just left in a crater, and then from there I have an excuse to leave because now it's a crater. I don't have anything to do in there.
Oh. Yeah,
Like-
I'm just in a little cup. I'm in a little bowl.
But I don't know. I kind of
Emotional
visualize that as me like going like rah, and then I explode,
Oh.
and then there's an explosion that comes out of me. So yeah, I thought about being one of those exploders a couple times.
Just implode and vanish.
Well, no, I want to implode and then like teleport somewhere else. That's away.
Oh. Implode and then just
When I'm in like a social situation that I don't want to be in, I think about like, oh, it'd be really nice to be in my bed right now. So if I imploded, I would just want to implode and then explode until I'm at a plode level.
Yeah, that's my
At my
version,
bed.
I guess. That's me trying to get out of something. I'm like, I just want to lay down.
Do you think, could you consider like teleporting as like if you imploded and then somewhere else you exploded until you're your own size again and then you plode right there?
Until I'm urine.
Until you're
I'm just-
ploding right now.
I'm ploding. And when I get back to ploding, dude, I'm going to be ploding so hard on my pillow.
Is this one of our best ideas of all time?
ploding?
Did it
Yeah.
take 97 episodes for us to finally understand ploding, bro?
Dude, I think science hasn't fucking even looked at it.
Has anyone ever thought about ploding?
No, not once. Not once. Everyone's just ploding about without knowing it. It's crazy that people could just do that without even thinking about it.
Is it happening all the time?
Like, fuck, dude. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm scared of exploding.
If I ever plode too much outwards,
It's like,
one of these days I might burp or fart too hard, and then all of a sudden I'm just exploding.
yeah, it's like a partial like misfire.
One of these days my homeostasis is just gonna go out of balance, and then all of a sudden I'm exploding.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Imagine your cells just start like fizzing.
Is homeostasis just the scientific word for ploding?
That might be it.
Why
Or is
didn't
ploding the
they
scientific name for homeostasis?
Why didn't they just teach me this in 9th grade living
Yeah.
environment or whatever?
So we have exploding,
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah,
we have
yeah.
imploding, don't want it. Ploding, that's what you are right now.
Ploding is your regular state of being. It has to be. Exploding is you have too much ploding.
It's like
So it's got to go out. Imploding is you ever hear like the when you're starving, your stomach will start to digest itself because you don't have enough food in there.
Yeah.
That's imploding.
That's
Scientifically,
tasty.
that is imploding. It's like,
It's kind of imploding, yeah.
yeah, you start feeding on yourself to maintain your state of plode.
How much of yourself do you think you're gonna eat? Like you could eat your arms and legs, right? And be fine.
Maybe if you
I
cut
mean,
them,
you wouldn't be fine.
I think if you cut them off, yeah.
yeah.
If someone else cut them off, I think you could do it.
Do you think
I don't think you could cut your own arms and legs off.
Do you think you could just eat yourself?
No.
Like take a bite, let it heal.
No, I don't think so.
That would be a mental anguish.
The human jaw has enough like bite force to cut through your own like fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
You could eat your fingers pretty easy, but I mean the pain resistance aspect of it would stop you from doing that well before it was possible.
Now, I think.
Okay, you think right now.
Here's my Here's the thing.
Okay.
Have you tried that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually I did.
Yeah. You
I
bite
remember
pretty
being
hard, and you're like,
7th or 8th grade, I left little like bite marks on like
Yeah.
the base of my pinky. I'm like, ah, damn,
but
that shit hurt. That's what I
fact
remember
is-
thinking. Is that shit hurt?
do you think you could do it if you needed to?
No, absolutely not.
Really? You don't think you could bite off your pinky if you needed to?
No, I don't think anything could do that to me. I think maybe if I was on like the remember that like guy on bath salts in Boston who ate that dude's face?
Yeah.
I feel like if I was on enough drugs, maybe I could be convinced to bite myself off. But
That's a wild. What if like gun to your head, eat your pinky?
I'm taking the bullet, I think. I think
Oh,
I'd
really?
rather take the I don't think I could force myself. I think I'd rather face the idea of death if there's a gun on my head, pointed at my head, than putting myself through that much level of pain, like forcefully, and then living through it. I feel like I might be able to draw blood on any part of my body with a bite, and that's probably the level of pain that I could mentally induce upon myself.
I feel like you just count it down and just commit. You're like, this is my way out, so I have to.
If someone else was
Just put
there,
your front teeth and your back teeth in between a joint and just crush it as hard as you can.
I think maybe
and then pull really hard with your hand.
if
And you're
someone else had to do it, or if I had to do it to somebody else, like
Yeah.
gun to like my wife's head, my wife, they're like, "Hey, wife, you got to bite your husband's finger off."
That's different.
I think I could take that level of pain with the adrenaline, but
It's
there's
just the act of your mouth being on it.
there's a pheromone stopping, not a pheromone. There's a
pheromone. You're getting horny about it.
there's a hormone stopping yourself
Yeah.
from inflicting harm on your own body with your own mechanics, like because people can like cut, like emo ass kids can like cut themselves, right?
Yeah.
But that's using something mechanical. That's using like a razor blade or a knife or something that's not attached to your body. But your jaw is part of your body's
It's like
natural locomotion.
it's
and
like right
mechanics.
in front of you. It's like right.
Yeah,
there.
it's right there.
It's like as close to me as possible. Like my hand doesn't feel like me.
It's
My
the
face is closer to me.
My face is closer to me. My mouth is the part of me
Yeah.
that gets other people.
Yeah.
That's my personality. Is the auditory part of my personality.
I
don't know if I could do it.
I think it wouldn't take long. That's the only reason why I think I could do it. Someone needs to bring a gun to this next podcast and try this out.
All right, we need remember how Noah's building a gun? We need Noah to bring his gun. and
Yeah,
point
I
it at you.
think I could do it. Fuck.
We need what's her face to point a gun at me again so I could bite my own finger off.
Yeah. I just think bottom teeth right there, top teeth right on this knuckle of the thing, and then just go all in. I think you're at least separating the bone from the two joints, and then just pull hard now. Your teeth are locked, so just pull and just tear it, and then you're good. And then it's like, all right, I think it would take less than 2 seconds. Powerful. I changed your mind, didn't I?
A little bit, maybe. Here, let's a little bit adjacent, but changing gears. Do you ever think like maybe we're haunted by people who are still alive?
Yeah, of course. I'm
Okay.
traumatized by the people
Is
that are still alive.
that what trauma is?
I think that's what it is.
Is
You're
a
haunted by living people.
living haunting?
Yeah, you're just living haunted.
I had a dream last night. Back to the Mischief Castle dream analysis.
Yeah,
Again.
a dream.
Every
Was it
30
about,
weeks,
like,
every
equality
30
or
weeks we
something?
do a dream analysis.
Was it
No,
about- okay.
I had a dream about a girl we went to high school with. Or I guess I went to high school with. She was in my grade. I don't think you ever knew her.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
You didn't really pay attention to most people. You kind of forgot me until we started hanging out again.
I heard your name. I'm like, I couldn't even draw his face from memory. That's
You sat next to me for a whole year in a class, and we talked to each other, and we exchanged phone numbers and everything, and you just forgot me.
yeah,
but
I'm.
I had a dream about a girl that I went to high school with last night who was in my grade.
Ew.
And I had a dream about her for some reason. I don't know why
Yeah.
she was showing up in my brain at this time. But it was like, I'm having this dream right now. The dream was I'm going through a Dunkin' Donuts parking or drive-through. I almost said parking lot. I'm just doing donuts in the Dunkin' parking lot. No, I'm going through a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through. And I pull up to the like ordering window
Yeah.
and I roll down the window and she starts talking to me. She's working there. She's working the window. And then simultaneously, while I'm trying to put my order in, I'm getting a call on my cell phone from her. But I'm like, oh, this is a different person. I have to take this for a second while I'm ordering something at the drive-thru.
Why would you do that? That's fucked up.
Listen, dude, my brain...
So now you're stressed.
No, I was stressed. I was
Yeah.
talking to the same girl twice in my dream.
No, on the phone, and she's at the drive-thru.
No. So I wasn't at the window yet. I was ordering. So
okay.
I'm getting her. Like I had the same girl twice in stereo.
Okay.
Once in my right ear coming out of my phone.
Yeah.
Once in my left ear coming out of the ordering window speaker. And I'm like, oh fuck, dude. So I answer the phone. I'm like, can you hold on a second? I'm at the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. I need a second. So I go to the ordering window and I order. And then I'm pulling up to the window after I put my order in. On the phone, I'm like, all right, what's up? What's going on? And then I pull up to the window, and she's right there. And she's not on the phone, by the way. Like
Horrifying.
The Dunkin' drive-thru headset is the phone, and she's talking to me.
Oh, okay.
But she's acting like she's two different people between the window and the phone.
All right, so
I'm
now
like,
you're in the
oh,
back.
no,
yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
You're in the
I can't do this.
social back rooms right now.
Yeah, dude, and I don't know, like the dream kind of spiraled out from there. It wasn't super important, but then I woke up and I'm like, why the fuck am I thinking about this? I haven't thought about this girl since I was 16 years old. Like she moved.
Did you like her?
Oh,
anything?
I had a huge crush
Oh,
on her,
okay,
but
that makes sense.
for like a year, we had 0 classes together. We just had an overlap of friends, and
Yeah.
I'd seen her for a while.
And you're like,
and I was like, oh, she's really cute, and that's about it. Like that's the extent of it. And then I'm like, why the fuck am I having dreams about this person? And then I go and I check my phone. I got a bunch of notifications from the overnight stuff happening on my phone. And I scroll to the bottom, I see Duolingo, and we're fucking friends on Duolingo. And I didn't even know.
dude.
And I'm like, oh, what? I just got fucking gamma rays sent to my dreaming REM sleep brain. overnight about this person I haven't thought about in 8 years. How did that happen? And that now I'm talking about it, and I said something about it earlier, but I'm thinking like we've been talking about like girls from a distance on this show for like a year and a half, two separate people,
Yeah.
but they're alive and they're like near. We could see them.
Yeah.
Like
over
we
there.
could. My one's that way, and I guess she's your one now as well.
Yeah, because it was
But your one exclusively is that way, like straight
I mean,
ahead of us.
there's like
There's some trees. and
there's
stuff
one.
on the way.
There's one that one, and then like 30 degrees that one.
Yeah, but
There's two
but
other
like
ones.
they're not gone. They're alive and they're
yeah, they all
here.
lived.
And we're like, they all lived. They all survived my assassination attempts.
You know how I like wake up sometimes? Oh,
I wish they didn't. No, I'm just kidding. But they're like, we're haunted, kind of.
I suppose. I think. Yeah, that's a silly way to put like.
It's very silly.
Haunted by your trauma.
Well, some of these
yeah, I
things aren't
suppose-
traumatic.
No. Well,
like
yeah.
like my things aren't trauma. I think.
No.
I think I'm emotionally and mentally stronger than the things that I've been through that I've talked
We're
about.
like haunted by like the wonder of what could have been.
That's probably more like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea of somebody at their
Yeah.
best.
I suppose. Yeah, and that's your brain probably just it take the thing where it's like, oh, there's these memories and this memory. I remember this person based on these two things that we just.
Yeah, but
thought
I
about.
don't like in terms of what I just talked about. I don't think the best version of this girl is working at a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through.
I've had one of my past dreams was kind of like that, where I just got to revisit people, everyone haunting me again. A lot of people I knew, you were there. Everyone, actually, so many people were there. I
Is
woke
this
up.
the one you talked about?
No. I woke up at my. This was 2 nights ago.
What?
I think I woke up, or maybe I just showed up at my house, and there was a party, and for whatever reason in my head, I'm like, it makes sense. Like, I don't know. It was a real normal dream where I'm like assuming everything's normal within the dream.
That's how most of them go.
And I'm walking around, and I'm like, why is there a party here? I finally start asking that, and they're like, oh, your ex invited everyone here to have a party. I'm like, what the fuck? That's bizarre.
All right, cool.
It is so many people that I recognize. Like, I wish I could name names. Can't. I'm just like walking up to people, talking to them, and it's like I'm talking to them like they're ghosts. And every person I talk to is like the end of the party, and they're disappearing. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm just left with that person and like 4 other people, and there's like an ultimatum that I had to choose about. I'm like, what
Oh
the
no!
fuck? And then I
Not a
didn't.
character arc, dude.
There was a character arc in the dream, and I just woke up. No choice was made. I didn't make any choice yet.
That's the worst.
And I'm like,
Your
what?
computer crashed.
I literally lagged out. Like,
You fully lagged out.
I forgot what. Like, I could maybe rough it out, but like roughly say what it was, but probably another pod. Like, what the fuck was that? I'm being haunted in my brains by my own brain.
What?
It's not other people haunting you.
What
it's
is
your
that
own.
bullshit going
Yeah.
on? Like, why it when okay, so I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to actively make things better for myself.
Yeah.
Where I've lived a decent amount in this current state I'm in, and I'm like, not good. Not the worst I've had it, but not good either. I want
Okay.
things to get better. So I'm going to take some active directions and steps to make things better.
Don't explode.
No,
That's a
no,
good
no,
way
no,
to
no.
avoid that.
I'm trying to optimally plode.
Yeah, just float around.
I'm trying to plode forever.
Yeah.
Optimally. And now my brain at night is going like, remember all those things that were bad? Here's that again in fucking cinematic format while you're unconscious. Why is that happening? I'm looking forward to making things more good, and my brain says, remember how they were bad? Here's more the bad.
Maybe he's just expecting it to get bad again. That's probably what it is.
I don't think that's it. I think psychologically I have hope. I have not killed myself or isolated myself from my friends and family for a long time, despite how bad things have gotten for me at times, because I believe in the idea of hope and of things getting better through my own actions and through coincidences and miracles or whatever. And usually they do. Like, I've had some really low points, back to back to back, recently especially, and then they kind of just get better a little bit. And some of that's my fault, some of it's not, but it's like, I trust in the idea of things progressing. Like, my life goes forward, I grow older, I get wiser, I get better at the things that I do. I'm like, yeah, I should stick this out. I believe in things getting better. And then my brain's like, what if it got worse?
I don't know
Could
if
you live through
yeah.
that?
I don't know if that's connected to like your conscious brain state. I think your brain just kind of like no matter how good or bad I feel, some dreams are just kind of like they just do shit. It's like, how would you react in this conversation? And it's like this conversation has no weight on anything in my life. And it's like, okay, yeah, I could like test grounds and weird parts of your brain while it organizes your thoughts. So it's like, fuck. Imagine if you saw this person, how would you feel about it? And it's like, fuck. Okay, well, I would feel roughly like this probably. It doesn't. I don't think it's. Yeah. I mean, it's like, how would you feel if
That'd
your
be
life
rough.
was threatened and it's a nightmare? Someone's chasing you in your house with a gun. It's like, oh fuck, I would feel, I'd be shitting my pants. What if your leg's broken while you're running?
I haven't had a life-threatening nightmare in a while, which is
Those-
kind of weird to me. Like I feel like as I encounter more physical danger in my life through the subjection of like sparring and boxing and jiu-jitsu and taking more fights and stuff, I probably would psychologically try to run through more scenarios where my
Yeah,
life's
that's
in
weird.
danger.
Do you dream about fighting ever?
Oh, not like the sport of it. Sometimes I get in fights in my dreams,
Yeah.
and I have to push through the like water holding my arms back.
Yeah.
I always have that. That's the.
I think
common-
that's everybody.
I think that's everybody because it's like fighting. I think like when you get good enough at it is like a muscle memory, and you don't really think about what's going on. So when you have to consciously be going through it, the motions don't really come to you like they would come to your body, especially when it's forcibly paralyzed by hormones.
Yeah. That's terrifying that your brain paralyzes itself.
Can you imagine having like sleep paralysis during a fight or flight response while you're awake?
If I just got sudden sleep paralysis,
Like all of a sudden your brain was like, okay, we're
No.
done ploding now. We're exploding in the bad way. And you're trying to run, and it's real life. You're not dreaming. You're not falling asleep. Like
Oh my
there's a
God.
tiger chasing you, and
and I
you're
just start
actually,
feeling that real life sludge
you just
feeling.
get heavy. You get sluggish.
That's my worst nightmare. Because in my dreams, it always feels real while I'm doing it. So I'm like, no way. And I remember having a thought in a dream while I was running. I'm like, dude, there's no way this is how I'm feeling right now. This is how I felt in my last dream. I'm like, now this is real. I can't feel like this. This is real.
I've hit a bit of a miracle in those dreams. I've gotten into so many like fucking bar fights and street fights in my dreams where my brain has gotten used to the idea of like punching through that sluggish feeling, and now I'm winning fights with that handicap. It's really weird. I don't think about like I never have lucid dreams. I never realize that I am dreaming
Yeah.
and that this is like
I've
part
had
of
a
a
couple.
consistent
That's
thing.
about it. But yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm fucking in the moment, and there's somebody with rubber bands on my arms, but I have to punch this dude. I have to knock this dude out, and then I do. I hit the guy, and it doesn't feel like anything, except slow. But I do it, and I'm like, all right, cool, I won. Time to move on, and the story ends, and then I wake up. I'm like, why did I feel like that ever? What's happening? I'm super worried about the shit happening in my brain that I can punch through the Nickelodeon slime that holds our bodies back at night.
You might be moving in your awakes, like when people are imagine watching yourself sleep. You
I
might
might-
actually move a little bit.
I might be sleep punching.
Yeah. Because like
Yo,
sometimes,
fucking big prayers up for my
do you
next.
know?
Big prayers up for my next girlfriend, because if I'm sleep punching, I'm really sorry at the
you
time.
might,
It's
that's-
I promise you, it's not on purpose.
usually when people get really drunk in their sleep when they're having a dream, their body doesn't lock up fully. So they start moving when they sleep
I do
or
that.
talking.
I do that a
Sleep
lot.
talking,
I do
yeah.
drink a lot.
So that might have been one of those nights.
Damn.
Like people sometimes hear me talk in my dream while I'm fucking sleeping. Whenever I'm like pretty drunk. When I'm sober, no, I'm silent sleeping. And then when I'm drunk, I move around and I fucking talk. I
That's
just like
insane.
slowly turn my wrists and shit. I'm like just like passed out and like, what's up? Fuck you. And you know what I did for nightmares? I fixed it. I can't pass push. I
Passport? You
I can't get a
charge
passport in my dream. But I got a gun. Actually.
Dream gun. Let's go.
No, I
Pachoo.
trained myself to have a gun in my dreams.
What?
Because I can't punch and I can't run. Both suck. So whenever something scary happens, for some reason my brain trained itself that just reach your arm down, you have a handgun.
That is an awesome power.
No, every dream has that now. Like whenever there's any fear, boop. And I'm like, I'm good. And then the dream changes from a horror dream to like the continuation of something else.
I know I make the joke a lot because we're into D&D now about like fucking talking about spells and shit, but that's actually like a reaction. You have hellish rebuke in your dreams.
I fucking trained it.
You've trained your brain to have hellish rebuke in the form of a firearm.
Dude, because I kept getting mad when I was a kid. Like, not even when I was a kid.
I wish I had a gun right now.
Yeah, because I'd wake up, I'm like, I could have solved that with a gun.
I failed this 4th grade math test. I wish I had a gun.
I think I just thought of that a few times, and somehow I think I went to bed thinking, thank fuck I was already broken up with my ex, because that would have been crazy to hear as you're going to sleep.
Oh, man.
Aleksey, you have a gun. You have a gun. You have a gun.
Yo, top 10 tips.
You have a gun.
Number 1, you have a gun.
You have a
Of all time.
gun.
Number 1 tip of all time, you have a gun. Remember that.
Top 10 tip. Top all 10
Top
tips.
1, honorable mentions, fucking 557.
You have all the guns.
Welcome to Watch Mojo's top 10 dream tips of all time. Number 1, the 9mm.
There was one dream where the gun thing really paid off, but too well.
Too
where
well.
I reached my hand down, time paused, and a weapon wheel appeared.
You had the GTA 5 dream?
That one. And I forgot how it played out, but I just remember that visual of seeing a weapon wheel in real life. That was really cool.
Mischief or Cussor? Mischief Castle! All right.
What is up?
Have you ever had like a dream that's like full on video game controls?
I don't think I've had a dream.
I've had some dreams. You don't think you've had a dream? That took me a whole second to process in my head.
I was like, dude, that's gonna be. He didn't notice. It's
There's
gonna be
no
really
way he
funny.
doesn't notice
It's gonna be really funny.
in post.
I was thinking, I'm like, he's gonna notice in post. You just get mad in your.
I noticed in post when I said it in real life right now.
You'll get to hear my smile when in post.
Throwing like the sparkle effect when people do like emojis with like doing a smile with the shiny teeth. Yeah.
Anyway, video control dream control. Yeah, I've had video.
Your brain is ploding right now.
I'm on the verge of imploding.
You're super ploding.
I'm ploding up right now.
I had a dream.
I have had that dream.
The ploding dream?
No, the like where African Americans could be on the same level as whites.
Oh, they called me Martin Luther Dream.
They call me Martin Luther Sleeper, man.
Martin Luther Sleeper Born Supremacy.
They call me that guy that sleeps.
Jesus Christ, it's MLK.
Don't ask him about his dreams. We'll have to get the FBI to kill him.
They took my rights. They took my bus seating. And they're asking me if I have a dream. I'm thinking, yeah, I have a dream.
Oh.
John Black.
John Black. Damn, that's
not where I wanted to go with that at all.
that'll make every Republican mad.
John Black.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying,
There's too many black guys in my movie. I can't relate.
God, why does every commercial have to have a black guy in it?
Yeah.
Early onset Republicanism.
Yeah.
Now we're just stealing from Shane Gillis.
Yeah, we're just doing that.
That's all right. We watched that special recently. So
Yeah, I rewatched it with my own mother.
It's okay. That's why we're doing that, because it's fresh in our brains, guys.
Yeah. I watched it with my mom. She thought it was abhorrent.
She thought it was a porn?
Yeah, it was a porn. Yeah, no,
What?
abhorrent.
Abhorrent.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
She didn't like that
No,
one?
she loved it a lot. Yeah.
I was going to say, she liked the
Yeah.
Louis C.K. one. There's
Yeah.
no way fucking Shane Gillis is beyond the line for her.
No, not even close.
All right, back to what I was saying originally.
You had a dream.
I had some dreams where I could feel myself, like my hands, pressing buttons on a controller.
Sorry.
I could feel myself? Yeah, I was
No,
jacking
no,
off.
no. You had dreams. Fucking. They only gave MLK one.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm more white than he was.
That's true.
So I get more rights. Remember the 3-fifths compromise?
Hey, dude, white privilege
He gets-
represent.
In terms of like, if you're doing the math, the equivalent exchange math,
Yeah.
I'm half black, he's full black. So in a 3-fifths compromise, I get more than 6/10.
Yeah.
Right?
The
I get like
3/5.
I get like 4. I get like 4/5. Okay,
You have like a couple inches of white, and then in there you get like a.
that's like 80% versus 60%. That's
then you get,
that's a
like-
whole other portion of a dream.
Yeah, your dreams get squared by like half.
squared by half, that would be
Yeah.
a divisible. They would
Yeah.
lower it. That squaring it would make it smaller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm more white than he
They
is.
just
Wouldn't
get
it make it
fragmented.
bigger?
One dream gets into more. Look, never mind. This bit doesn't mean anything.
You're doing fractals.
Yeah, we're doing.
You're
fractals.
applying fractals to my dreams.
It's fucking dreams all the way down.
Listen.
None of them are good.
You've derailed me to the point where we just keep rolling down the mountain here.
All right.
I don't know why.
Now we stopped.
I don't know why your train track was built around a mountaintop, but now we just keep rolling down and down and down.
Because I thought Santa was up there, but I didn't realize I was in just India. I think that's.
You try to build a train to Santa?
Yeah, I just saw the tallest mountain. I thought that was the North Pole.
That's kind of like a Tower to Babel situation.
Yeah,
where God struck you down and he threw a big rock at your train.
The big roller coaster to the sky.
And you just fell down.
Fucking, I heard the Stairway to Heaven. I'm like, dude, I could do it better.
What about a fucking train track to heaven?
What if we learn all the languages?
What if
while
I made
going
a
up
What
up
if I
there?
made a bullet train going up to heaven?
Dude, what if we know everything and we get up to heaven at the same time? What if we do all of it?
Oh, if only there was a biblical story to tell us what would happen if we did that.
I think I'm gonna be the
First guy ever.
I'll be the first guy. I'll be the only guy.
They call me Hitler's number one guy.
They call me.
Hitler's top guy.
Hey, dude, you know who made Hitler? God. I'm God's top guy, all right? That's me. Jesus Christ.
That's a big accusation. No, that's not you.
That's me.
I need to separate myself from you in an auditory fashion right now.
Now let's write down my name. Reorder the letters. Jesus.
Let's write your name down in the death note. We'll go from
No,
there.
dude, I made the Death Note.
Oh, sick. That's incredible. Shinigami Aleksey over here.
Yeah, true. You know me.
Anyway, I was saying,
I am Lord Voldemort. Only people that have seen SpongeBob know this one.
do you have anything more you want to just say as a tangent before I go back to the thing I was saying on purpose? Because if you start interrupting me after this, I'm going to punch you.
I think the dollar menu should go back to $1. Make America great again.
Dunzo? Good? All right.
It's $3.
So I was saying, I have a dream.
Yes. Had a dream.
Where I was controlling my body with a video game controller,
Why?
like an Xbox Afterglow controller.
Like the see-through one?
Yeah, the one with the fucking backlit lights. Yeah.
Nice.
And my physical actions, even though they were still carried out through my own eyes POV, I could feel like behind my eyes, like I was wearing an Oculus, that there was a controller doing my movements. And it subverted the like muddy feeling of like throwing punches through water, like most streams do, by adding like input delay.
Damn, you got the workaround, just like I had with a gun.
My dreams had ping.
Oh.
My dreams. I had like 100 ping in my dreams
Oh, that's
of like button press input delay, like I was playing a competitive fighting game online.
Damn.
And it's weird to have your thumb be stressed, but then have your legs move and feel the muscle movements of that,
Yeah,
and know that it's because of your thumb.
that is pretty wild.
Like imagine if your hands, in real life, not in a dream, were relegated to video game inputs in order to do everything. Like you're playing QWOP or something, where in order to make your legs move, you have to stress your left thumb, like you're pressing a left joystick forward.
That'd be exhausting.
That would be super exhausting. You'd have the strongest hands in the world.
I'd be like,
Imagine the gorilla grip on your penis after a couple months of that
damn, there would
for
be-
jacking off, dude.
there'd
But
be no woman that could get me off after that.
oh my
Like,
god, you'd have to fucking start going after like bodybuilders and stuff to get that kind of grip out of you.
Man, I'm not
Women.
that fit.
And
I'll
that's
be
not
honest.
not into that in the slightest.
No, I just have to. I don't know.
But yes, my dreams changed. I don't remember what the turning point was or how long ago that was, but there was a while where
You had like dream controller games.
I had like a dream controller, yeah,
Damn.
operating my body.
I kind of had that with like the Baldur's Gate dreams, where I would click to where I wanted to go. in my
So you
own
would see
dreams.
like an isometric view of what's
Yeah.
around you with you in the middle of it.
My vision was almost split. I don't know how to even explain that. I was experiencing two realities. One was the top-down map, and one was down there first person.
I think I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you're experiencing holding a controller and being down there.
Well, if you think
Yeah.
about it right now, like, can you think about Like, picture your own drone flying directly above my car,
Yeah.
and then it would have like it would kind of the visuals would clip through the roof of my car so that you
Yeah, it'd
couldn't
be
see the
something
roof.
like that.
You could see the top of your head and the area we're in from the drone's point of view in your brain, right?
Yeah.
So you can do this. You can do both at the same time, even though you're literally looking through your eyes.
Except, yeah,
I think I can imagine that in a dreamscape.
it'd
Where
be
it's
fully
like,
in your eyes, and then you just choose which one you want to see.
yeah, isometric or
It'd be like
isometric
just
or drone
glancing
top.
down.
Yeah.
But to everyone else in the dream, they were never like, "Why are you staring down?" It would be like, "I'm just seeing it at the same time."
Yeah, I understand.
Now the dreams that make me fucked
Yo,
up.
leave a comment on this podcast if you don't understand.
Yo, leave a comment if you don't know anything. Like, what do you know about the Inuits?
Watch Mojo's top 10 lack of knowledge moments.
Watch. What is the top 5 Watch Mojo dead Inuits? Name them.
Are there any important Inuits? Are Native American? Sorry, this might sound racist. Are Native Americans important? Like, are there any of them that made a difference in
To
the
who?
world?
To like the early peoples, yeah.
Well, no.
People were like, "Fuck, they're here. We gotta kill them."
Well, on an individual level, because like, okay, so think about we live in America, right?
Yeah.
America was founded 1776, even though there's people before that, right? And then the founding of America leads to a couple pretty big wars, and then international politics start to happen. And now the whole globe is connected by the internet and electricity.
Yeah.
Did Native Americans, on like a personal level, have anything to do with that? Like, when people think of Squanto, do they think of anything other than a Disney movie?
I wonder. I don't think they interacted with society on a grander scale.
But they're not gone. Like, they're still here.
Yeah, they're still around.
But they're not important. Like, they don't do
Somehow.
anything important ever.
They did important things next to themselves.
But that was like,
Yeah.
that's like your uncle winning a game of cornhole at the fucking Thanksgiving.
Which,
party.
meanwhile, their world must have been crazy because they lived all around here where we're at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Our
You could
high school
still,
was named after 3 different intersecting tribes of Native
The
Americans.
The interesting thing is you could find where their individual camps were just by the tree types. Because it would kill a bunch of trees off, and because they would burn forests down to clear up areas for their towns, or for the like longhouses and all the little huts. So you could look for the areas that are like more resilient to fire. That's where they would stay. So there's like gigantic patches. You could see that on the map. New York is littered with them. It's insane.
That's an interesting factoid, actually.
Yeah.
That kind of validates my previous inquiry.
Well,
They were important
yeah.
geographically, but I guess like geography isn't considered in what we
I
consider
suppose
history.
not. Yeah. Like there's some areas on tops of mountains that are like native to New York.
Yeah.
Those have not changed because I've never camped on top of mountains. So that's the most pristine thing. So yeah, I guess, yeah.
Impacts to geography, though, can be equally as natural as they are man-made.
I
So we don't
suppose,
really
yeah.
consider them as historical.
I guess that's that's a weird way to get around to it, but yeah.
Because like
that's true.
like historical geographical events, like big wildfires or hurricanes or floods, they don't really get counted into history unless they impact civilization, like human civilization, in a massive way. Like Pompeii, I think, is the best example of that, where Pompeii just fucking mummified an entire Roman town or Greek town or wherever Pompeii is. But that's a geographical event. Is that volcano going off?
Yeah.
We're considering it historical because of the impact it had on the civilization and society around it.
Fucking paused them.
It super paused them for a long time,
It's
like
not
for a decent amount of time,
and like, dude, I don't know. They lost their batteries or something,
dude.
because they're not unpausing.
Disconnected from server, frozen, their models frozen. in
Microsoft
the
might
server.
cut the servers or something soon. I'm
Honestly,
thinking,
like
the Pompeians, bro.
the Pompeii ran out of Microsoft points real quick.
They don't have enough Microsoft points for that Avatar T-shirt. Okay. They spent it on the little dances.
On the fucking letters.
On the letters,
the
dude.
fucking alphabet game in Xbox 360.
Oh, their fucking name. They had to keep changing their name. 1,500 Microsoft points right there to change your name.
That's a lot. That's an
Yeah.
expensive endeavor.
Yeah, no one did it. But
1,500 Microsoft points. It's like $30, right?
no, I think it was actually close to like the amount. It was it's probably like 10, 14. Still not cheap.
Oh, okay. It
To
wasn't.
change your name,
Yeah.
$10. What the fuck? First of all, But yeah, Pompeii. That's kind of what happened. So
Pompeii's
their main
fucking
leader kept
insane.
changing his name because people would bully him about it, and then he just kept changing it. And Microsoft installed the volcano recently in the last patch.
Yeah.
And fucking.
Honestly, that might have been a Sony installation as competition.
Oh fuck, dude.
Do you think like
Because of the crossplay they
Yeah.
had in the early aughts.
do you think like Valve installed Mount Fuji as like a threat to Nintendo?
Damn, dude. I'm thinking that was like the Nazi competitive platform. You remember them?
Nazi competitive.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You remember their platform was called?
Ouya?
The Ouya. Yeah. Oh, there's a guy.
Remember when Adolf Hitler said "Ouya" in his big speech, and then he put out so the salute, like the Nazi salute. I want you to think about it because this is an audio platform, so we can't do visuals here.
Yeah.
I want you to think of the
can't do that
Ouya.
at the God
I want
Church.
you to think of the Ouya, right? It's like imagine you're doing the Nazi salute where you throw your hand up above your head, and then I want you to imagine you doing that, but it's Adolf Hitler, and then he takes his hand and he turns it palm facing the sky, and out comes the little GameCube. But it's not the Nintendo GameCube; it's the Ouya GameCube.
Yeah,
It's the cubic gaming console,
it's
the
that
Ouya.
stupid little plastic thing.
And then he puts his hand back down, and it turns into the Ouya controller.
yeah,
And he goes,
he's magic.
"Das ist sucht dat Ouya."
Yeah, that's what.
And then
it
the
is,
Ouya
yeah.
came out, and it was like the Nintendo's biggest rival.
Except what actually happened? It was a giant Hitler, and
A big Hitler,
big Hitler,
like Wolfenstein.
he did this.
He put his hand out.
and just fireworks happened because he likes some fireworks.
So
then he puts his hand down, volcano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It comes up, but it doesn't erupt. It just comes up like it's like city
All right,
skylines.
all right. Oh,
And then he's like, "Watch it."
What
then he dips.
do you think
And
Adolf
Mr.
Hitler?
Joel Bafers
Jill Bafers, okay.
is like, "Oh shit! All right, everyone chill."
I'm
That's
putting 30,000 Microsoft points into an overshield
Yeah,
to keep this contained.
'Cause,
That's what Jill Bafers said.
Yeah. Joel Bafers. Then
By the way, Jill Bafers, 1940s cover name for Bill Gates.
yeah,
For the people who don't know, because there might be 7 people listening to this who don't know.
dude, and then the Island Chinese Sony, they're
Hold on. You're using the slur Island Chinese to refer to Japanese people, and then saying the company's Sony, which is Korean, which is on a peninsula, not the island nations of Japan.
Look, to be fair, it's even funnier that I fucked it up. I meant Nintendo.
Okay, so you got it right, and then you fucking mixed up the companies again by thinking of a different. So that phone company from the fucking
Samsung.
from the island Chinese, Huawei. No, not Shamsmug. Fucking Huawei.
Yo, you ever hear of the island of Hong Kong? All right.
Yo, Taiwan, Okinawa, and South Korea rise up to make their own peninsula,
Dude,
different from anybody else.
I bet you've never heard of the island of Tokyo. It's an island on its own, motherfucker. Whoa.
That's a real good one, I think. Actually,
dude,
what if you dug a big moat around Tokyo
what if I
and
just
made it its own island inside of the Hokkaido Island
I think
prefecture?
that's the real conspiracy. I think that's what the United States kind of wanted to do, but they missed.
They wanted to use the 2 bombs.
Yeah.
Like
There was more. I'm sure there was
so, like,
more. Yeah, they just went back.
like equidistant away from Tokyo to blow a lot of up so that they could create an island of Hokkaido.
They were kind of. They missed. I think they were trying to chop it up with one bomb, and then the other bomb launch it deeper into the Pacific. I think that's what it was.
Just to make a big wave so that surfers could be like, woohoo!
Yeah, then get Tokyo out there so that we could visit it.
Oh, okay. So you're saying you wanted to chop up the moat,
Yeah,
or
and
chop
launch.
up one side of it, and then send a bomb on the opposite side,
Yeah, and then push
so
it.
that it pushes the island of Tokyo out into
Yeah, we
the
didn't want to
Pacific
kill
Ocean.
anybody. That'd be ridiculous.
No. You just want to make a vacation spot.
Yeah, I'm thinking push it
Yeah,
next
yeah.
to Hawaii, in the Hawaii chain.
Because
Imagine if we had Tokyo next to Hawaii. That'd be
Franklin
shit.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt predicted anime, and he's like, people are gonna fucking love this. We need this near Hawaii.
Yeah.
So he wanted to drop an atomic bomb to push Tokyo out into Hawaii.
Well, yeah, exactly. And
I think I see
that's
what you're
economical.
saying.
You only have to take one plane ticket and a few boats to visit islands.
Ooh, I think I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you could see Hawaii. See they catch fire sometimes.
Yeah. But then
Tokyo?
Tokyo doesn't have any palm trees. It's all skyscrapers and
Not
fucking
at all.
Blade.
It's like-
it's all Blade Runner and Ghost in the
Dude.
Shell.
So it's like you've heard of cyberpunk. Imagine that, but they don't talk.
Well, they do talk. They just don't speak English.
Oh,
That's kind of like Big Hero 6 or like Neo Yokio or something.
but they don't. They just make sounds.
They just make fucking. Can you imagine describing a different language that you don't understand as that?
They don't.
They
talk.
just make noise.
Yeah, I went to this place. None of them fucking spoke.
Everybody outside of America and England is a bunch of cavemen who just make weird noises that they understand, but I don't get. So it's obviously gibberish.
They're not speaking. It's just they didn't.
The
say
only
anything.
language on earth is English, obviously.
I tried to
If you
listen.
read the Tower of Babel story from the Bible,
Like the Tower of Bible, I've read it,
you ever been there? The Tower of Bible? It's in Vatican City.
dude.
I've been to the Vatican.
I don't even have to.
It's not even a fucking city.
I just Google the Bible, and
It's
then-
right there.
Yeah, look at it. I mean,
I need a second. Hold on. My suspension of disbelief has officially broken. Like the rubber that is the suspension on my disbelief
so like,
is gone. I need a second.
oh, so like the Bible is too ridiculous.
No. Just the idea of the Bible being a Google result. Like the entire book is a Google result, and that's it. Nothing historically before that.
I mean, if I
you-
Google the Bible, that's what's gonna happen.
You ignored me saying the shit about Vatican City and the Tower of Babel and the fucking nuking the island of Tokyo out to the Pacific Ocean. But saying the Bible is one single Google page result.
You could set it as your homepage if you want it, I guess.
How long have we done, man? Oh, God, we're almost done. Thank God. Thank you, my good Lord above. My good God, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sorry I
I'm
upset
so happy that we're almost done. No, it's not.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm
not
sorry I
even-
upset you with the ladder of Bible, but like
I'm not the ladder of Bible. What did you just say?
the ladder of Bible,
The ladder of
the staircase of towers.
Bible. The staircase of tower.
That's what they called it when they were running down the.
Are you talking about Jacob's ladder or the Tower of Babel?
No, I'm just.
Those are
talking
two
about-
different things.
I'm just looking at the Google results.
I'm not upset, by the
No.
way. It's just I was like trying to go along with the bit, and then it hit a chord too close to home, and I was like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?"
Yeah, no one would ever Google the Bible.
No. Well,
That's
I mean,
unrealistic.
you could just type the word Bible into text, into Google, like Translate, and it'll just pull the Bible up. You don't even need to Google search it. You could say the word Bible in front of Hey Google, and then it will give you the results.
No, that's too much.
You say Hey Siri, read me the Bible.
Can I
and
get
then
that on
it'll-
Audible? Like,
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
actually.
can I look at it in like a YouTube short? Actually,
You can read each individual chapter of the Bible as a YouTube short.
no,
Yeah,
let's do it in one sitting, 1 minute short.
in like 60.
If you were to do it in 1 minute, what would it be?
60 times speed. Yeah,
Yeah, you do it 60 times speed. You wouldn't.
the
tell, like-
Bible. The Bible is a decently sized book. Yeah.
it wouldn't just be like. What would you sum it up in a noise? What's the Bible?
You want me to? Okay, I can do it actually. Do you want me to sum the Bible up in a noise?
Yeah.
All right, this will be an independent YouTube short on its own. I'll publish this on my YouTube channel as like the Mischief Castle, the one Mischief Castle short. So the Bible, as a single noise,
Yeah.
in a short amount of time, is. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
At first it's good, and then it's like, whoa. And then it's like, oh no. And then it's like, oh, all right, actually, yeah. And then it's like, oh no, yeah. No, yeah. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
That's like the.
That's kind of what you want, really.
If you were to sum up like somebody's lifespan in sounds, that's what it would sound like probably.
Honestly, yeah.
By the time they get old, they're like, fuck it. Everything's all right.
Have you ever. Here, I'll do this.
Oh God! At the start, it's like, I come out of this now. There's white.
It's cold! It's cold! It's too hot now! It's stabbing me!
Oh.
All right, actually, yeah, now I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh!
You're-
I'm good now, actually.
You just repeatedly get traumatized until you become an adult.
Yeah.
You're like, my fucking soul's broken.
Have you heard the story of Jacob's ladder? By the way, I'll do this as like an ending.
I
bit, 'cause
might have in
I think we're
Russian.
about done. Ooh, actually, I never actually got to ask you about that because we've had a
I'm not
couple.
sure.
We've had a couple minor religious discussions on and off mic. What did you learn about the Bible and Christianity in Russia? Because I identify as Russian Orthodox or Eastern Orthodox, I guess.
To be fair, I was very little.
Yeah, well, of course you're very little, but you still have like family who was involved in it and probably still
God.
bases their worldview around it. Do you remember learning anything?
I remember a lot of fear.
Fear. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that was the main thing I took away, but I know there was other things constantly. But fear is the thing that scared the fuck out of me because fear is scary.
Fear scares the fuck
Yeah.
out of you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of that,
That makes sense.
and then there was like some. My grandma was mostly talking about like rapture and shit. I don't think the church we went to talked about it as much. She was like, "Dude, it's coming tomorrow." I'm like, "Grandma, what the fuck? That's scary. Why? I barely started. Like, what the fuck?" I don't want.
I do think modern as I'll be an advocate for the cross here. I think modern Christianity does lose that out a bit. Is like fear isn't really a necessary part of teaching children about things, especially things you want them to believe.
Dude, yeah. As a kid, don't teach them that.
Because like kids have a natural sense of curiosity, and they'll go out and do shit and harm themselves and harm others, and they'll learn through natural reactions of themselves and others that some things are bad and you probably shouldn't do them. Putting your hand on the red hot stove hurts. Don't do that. Hitting your friend in the head with a rock will cause a weird red liquid to come out of his forehead that you've never seen. And then you have to answer to your parents and they'll kick your ass. That's a bad thing that you shouldn't do. Like, and sometimes giving your friend or a loved one a hug feels nice when you're not feeling good. Like, there's a lot of shit you can discover naturally that aligns with like religious and moral teachings, even like irreligious, is like moral teachings. Some shit's just good, and some shit's just bad. Don't make everything
everywhere. So then you're sitting in your room as a little kid, being like, "I'm being watched all the time. I don't fully know what
why
is bad
or how."
And now I'm terrified of doing the wrong thing because the wrong thing seems really bad. From how it was roughly summed up to me when I was a child. I'm like, fucking hell. He's watching. He's kind of angry sometimes. Kind of understanding. He's us, but not us. Fuck. This is too much.
My huge gripe with orthodoxy, like Christian orthodoxy, is that it's too close to like the bullshit of Judaism. If you're going to accept Jesus and the teachings, is that like things kind of changed when he came, died, came back. He said, "You're free of all this stuff. And you don't have to do that anymore. As long as you believe in me and that my life happened, you're good now." And then orthodoxy is like, no, we have to believe in that stuff and his life and that shit happened.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
But
I don't want to proselytize about anything. Jacob's Ladder. Have you heard the story of it?
I've heard of Jacob's Ladder, but I don't know.
So
exactly.
Jacob's Ladder
just jog
is
my memory.
before the days of Jesus in the early BCs.
It's like the lame Tower of Babel. Is
Yeah.
that what it
Well,
is?
no. It's like not a physical thing. Like Tower of Babel was a physical thing that humans tried to do, like build a space bridge.
Okay,
And
yeah,
God
yeah.
said, "No, now you speak Korean, now you speak Turkish, now you speak Arabic."
Wait, I feel like okay.
Jacob's Ladder is a different thing.
I know.
There's biblical characters. One of them's they're brothers named Jacob and Esau, and they
Okay.
have their own
Yeah,
sect
yeah.
of stories in their own book.
Okay.
Jacob's Ladder is a spiritual thing. Like this kid named Jacob, he had a dream about an angel who was on earth, and he took a heavenly ladder that climbed him up to heaven. And in the dream, Jacob was like, "Yo, nah, I want that, actually. Give me that shit." And he grabs the angel by like the legs or the wings or something, and he pulls him down, and he says, "Yo, before you go, you got to give me one of God's blessings, bro. You got to give me that shit. I want that.
You owe me one.
You owe me one. I saw you. I found you. Tag, you're it. Give it to me."
You got the cheese touch.
Now I want the cheese touch, and the cheese touch is a fucking free for one prayer.
I get a fucking free for all on my neighborhood.
and the angel's like, "What? No, that's not at all how that works, dude. I gotta go. You shouldn't even be seeing me right now. I gotta take this ladder before it goes up." And Jacob said, Nah, dude. And they had a wrestling match for like a WWE wrestling match
Really?
for like 24 to 48 hours.
I've-
Like over a day of experienced physical time in this sort of heavenly dreamscape.
Yeah.
And it's described for a good decent amount of chapters where they wrestled and they tussled and they struggled back and forth. And then eventually the angel got tired and he saw the ladder start to go up and he said, "All right, fuck it. Here's your blessing. I'll give up a feather of my wing. You can have this. I'm hopping on that ladder." And it became known as Jacob's ladder. And it was like the idea of how heaven or how angels get from heaven to earth when they have to walk on earth in humanly form.
Use a fucking ladder.
And then Jacob got a free blessing by he won the fucking WWE Heavyweight Championship
So he's
for a free Money in the Bank cash in for a God favor.
he came out of that cool just by fighting.
Yeah, back before Jesus, God was like, I mean, yeah, fuck, you won the fight. I guess you can have the thing you asked for. And it's a pretty, like, you have to have a very specific understanding of how, like, Bible stories are written,
I remember-
especially
yeah.
Old Testament stories.
It's just the fact that when I heard it as a kid, I heard bits and pieces. I don't remember the full thing.
that sounds semi-familiar, though, right?
It does, and I don't remember a fight in that. It was a conflict, but it wasn't a fight the way I remember hearing it. Maybe just interpretation, or maybe how the person that told me it explained it at the place that we went to. But it felt like more of a weird conflict rather than like a fucking brawl. Like,
If you read the text
Yeah.
directly from
it was a brawl.
the Bible itself, there was it might not have been a brawl, but it was
Yeah.
like a physical conflict.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like at minimum, Jacob grabs the angel by the shoulders and he's like,
Yeah.
"You need to give me something before you go, dude. I'm seeing you right now. Whether this happens or not, you got to give me something."
That's bizarre. You were like pulling on like my 6-year-old memories.
That's
when I was a
crazy.
6-year-old. That's bizarre.
That's crazy.
Uh,
You know what's weird? It's like you have these instilled in you, and I just got into this when I was like 18,
Yeah.
and yet here we are anyway, talking about Bible stories in front of a church.
That is crazy.
Is our
Fuck.
All right, stick around for our next good numbers. That was episode 96
Stick
or
around.
7. I don't know.
Wait till next week. You gotta.
We'll find out. Who cares?
Stay right here.
Stay tuned for the newest Kicked Out video. We finally got done filming.
Just sit and wait and refresh.
Bye, guys.
Just wrestle.